Hello everyone. This video is about my journey to become organized, and I've created a journal page entitled A Home for Everything, which is rule number 1 in organization for me to remember, that everything should have a home when you're organizing. I've been reading the work of Andrew Mellon. He wrote a book called Unstuff Your Life, and I'm listening to his podcast called Unstuff America. And so I've created this page after reading and listening to his message. And he has an organizational triangle, and one of the tools is to make sure that everything has a home. So I'm just giving you a brief glimpse at my craft room, just one corner where I was working. And you can see I do have a home for my craft books and my writing books. And right at the front door there, you'll see a lot of things that need to find a home. And so that is what my journey is going to be about, finding homes for everything in my craft room, and basically my whole house. I need to get organized. So I have pockets of organization in my home. I have a lot of things that I need to declutter. And I am at the point in my life where I just need to get it done. I've been trying, I put things off, I procrastinate, and so I am just jumping right in there, and it's going to work this time. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating a house to represent a home in my art journal, and I had this background already painted, so I'm just creating the home out of mixed media. I was inspired by a YouTuber named Sean Petit, who had a wonderful video. So if you were to look at that video, you'd see a lot of similarities to the house that I've created here. It was completely inspired by her video, and I subscribed right after I watched her video because her message at the end was just wonderful. Since this is my first video, you can see I've never used this material, kind of telling that I have a lot of materials in my craft room that need to be used and haven't been used, and I'm just jumping in there and creating. I'm not going to wait for someday, which never seems to occur. I want to just start creating, using my materials and using it in a purposeful way. I don't like waste, so I am trying to take even the gel medium that is attached to the foil that was covering this jar. I'm using that to start my page off, and I wasn't completely ready to film. I had to find a little piece of material a tissue to wipe my hand, and here I am getting ready to place the base of my home onto my journal page. I did a lot of cuts in my editing here. Don't want to spend too much time on the process, but just want to give you the idea of what I've done and how it turned out. Part of my process, part of creating this journal is not only to have fun. So one of the outcomes for creating this journal page is to have fun, to use my art products, to just jump right in there and start using it. But I also want it to have a purpose, and the purpose is to give me a place to reflect on my goals and my organizational process, if you will. So as I've been reading Andrew Mellon's book and listening to his podcasts, I've been thinking about how I'm going to remember these real gems, these tips that he's giving in his work. And so I am using my journals as a place to record key concepts and ideas that I would like to remember. And so not only am I having some fun experimenting with different materials and having a chance to use a lot of the craft materials that I have, I am also doing it in a purposeful way that serves a meaning and for me, and that is to list my goals, my learning, something that I would like to go back to if I want to reflect on what I'd like to remember. These are visual reminders that are depicted in my journal entries. And so hopefully when I look through my book, I'll be reading all of these gems. So I'm starting with the first rule, a home for everything, or one home for everything. And that means that when you're organizing, you have a home. Everything should have a home in your house. Now there's another mistake. I haven't used my black paint, and you could see that it was separated. I had to shake it, and I wanted to keep that in this video, just even as a reminder to me. Well, a couple of reminders, but one of the main ones is that I haven't been using my materials, and I need to. And so and also, this is a process that I'm new to. I've never created a YouTube video, and I just wanted to have that visual reminder that I'm going to go ahead and continue until this video is done. It's not going to be perfect, and that's also part of something that I'd like to learn. I have perfectionistic tendencies, and I just want to get this out there. I want to get this up. I want to remember this. I know that, even at the corner, I added some black border type of paint with a little bit of gesso, and I don't really like it. And perfectionist me would like to go back and, fix that up, change it. And I still could if I want to. But the point is, it's got to be good enough as well. And it has to be just something, it's play. It's not going to be perfect. Hopefully some will be better than others, and I have to be okay with that. But completing this is the point, and having fun and growing with it is really important for me. And so, having a purposeful journal that I can refer to is important. Promoting mindfulness, so just sitting down and creating and doing this is kind of a mindful practice. It's giving me an opportunity to really stop and think artistically, mindfully about these goals that I would like to achieve, and thinking about a home for everything, really reflecting on what that means while I am creating and playing with color and pencils and art materials. And who knows if there's a deeper connection that's made when you are really taking the time to think about concepts that you're reading about, or that I'm reading about, and taking time to create a reflection page in my journal that I can remember and go back to, so that I will remember, this key concept. And I'd love to spend more time on what it actually means. It's self-explanatory, but it has been pivotal for me to think about what a home for everything actually means. So for even something as simple as your purse, I have a tendency to throw my purse wherever it lands. If I come in, sometimes it'll be in my living room or near my dining room table or whatever. And if you have a specific home, you will never lose it. You will always be able to find it. And there are many times when I have, without being mindful, put things down, my keys, my purse, whatever it might be. And when I need to leave, or I'm rushing out the door, I can't find those things. And so making sure that you develop the habit of putting things in their home, or creating a home for something. So for example, having a place where you keep your purse, a home that's specifically designated for all of the objects that you have in your home, all of the things that you have, that will automatically make you more organized. And developing habits and all that goes with it is also very important. I added those butterflies because I like them. I just found them in my stash and thought it would be nice. Always add sparkle to everything, thinking maybe that would add a little bit of something to pick up that weird corner that I created there. And I did actually like it in the end. I like the sparkle. And the key, I was struggling before with, do I want the key to go vertically or sort of a 45-degree angle? And I decided to go with the 45-degree angle because, you know, it's predictable to have it always just going sort of horizontally or parallel to the... So now it's time to start wrapping up my video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like and subscribe, and join me on my journey to create this organizational video journal.